Hi everybody, it's Joaquin from Carrollwood Estates. We're gonna take a look at how Beverly Hills performed this June, and I'm also gonna discuss the buyer when we know that here, and more so in my newsletter. First up, we have 410 Trousdale Place. This one sold for $46.95 million. This is James Jannard's house, the founder of Oakley. It was designed and built by ID Group after he bought the 2-acre promontory for $19.9 million in 2009, 2 years after selling Oakley to Luxottica for $2.1 billion. The style of the house here is called brutalism. It's this house is this citadel in exposed concrete and aluminum, and both Jannard and ID Group cited Stonehenge as the design touchstone. It crowns the highest promontory in Trousdale Estates with head-on views across the entire Los Angeles basin from downtown all the way to the sea. This is one of the best view promontories in Trousdale. The house, it's raw precision as residential art. It's an 18,000 square foot exploration of industrial elegance and sculptural architecture. So this term, brutalism, it comes from béton brut, it's French for raw concrete, and 410 Trousdale is one of the purest residential expressions of it ever built in LA. So the house has 96 concrete columns that replace the interior walls. The living room, the glass wall just disappears into the ground. The metal soaking tub is inscribed in Tolkien's Elvish because Jannard's other company, Red, they built the cameras that shot The Hobbit, and the whole thing took 5 years to complete. Another interesting detail is that Jannard's own product designers fabricated the metal fixtures, which is why the entire house kind of feels like an Oakley product at architectural scale. Next, 380 Trousdale Place. This one sold for $24.5 million. It's a 1967 single-story Trousdale estate on nearly an acre of prime promontory land at the end of a cul-de-sac where floor-to-ceiling glass walls and wraparound terraces frame unobstructed jetliner views from downtown to the Pacific. So the architecture, it's pure Trousdale mid-century, low, horizontal, glass forward, and it's been softened over the years with a contemporary Mediterranean interior layer. So the scale, it's already here, tall ceilings, the layout, it's good, it's a good layout, and the bones, they're exceptional. So I believe the buyer will renovate the home and keep the structure. The buyer's coming from Pacific Palisades. They have an amazing view property there. This one's a little bit better though. Moving on, we have 1017 North Roxbury Drive. This one just sold for $22.5 million. We have a gated Mediterranean revival villa in the Italian Renaissance kind of tradition. It's set on a flat 29,000 square foot lot along the most iconic stretch of North Roxbury Drive, the block Hollywood once called the Starry Street in Beverly Hills. So it was marketed as the Roxbury Estate, and it's this rare generational offering with timeless architecture, grand scale, and real pedigree. Over 10,500 square feet of classic European design wrapped around gardens that live like a private Mediterranean resort. The seller was the former chairman and CEO of Warner Music Group's Warner Chappell music publishing firm. Next on our list, we have 933 North Rexford Drive. This one sold for $17 million. It's sold off market. It's a gated Mediterranean tennis court estate with very distinctive Moorish detailing. This one's set behind a circular cobbled drive on more than 29,000 square feet of prime land north of Sunset. So the property, it sits on the site of the former home of Academy Award winner Jane Wyman, which is the first wife of Ronald Reagan. This one was built in 1988 at genuine scale. I love that. And the house is over 11,000 square feet. You have 8 bedrooms, 10 baths, a pool, a spa, a full tennis court. It's an amazing house. I love the bones. It's on a big flat lot, and it's the perfect property for someone to come in and to make their own. Next, we have 1166 Summit Drive. This one sold for $12.523 million. Behind the gates of one of Beverly Hills' most iconic streets sits this newly constructed arts and crafts estate, unlike anything else on the market. It was inspired by, the soul of Pasadena's 1908 Gamble House, but it's built entirely for this moment. The home, It was crafted by Architectural Digest celebrated interior designer Madeline Stewart and master builder Robert Glaus. I love the handcraft, the details, the towering wood beamed spaces. Those always have a very distinct, unique California feel to me. I love the steel windows. I love all the natural light, and the grounds. They feel like they've been collected over generations. The house, it was obviously custom built for the owner, but they made a lot of money on the deal. They bought their original home and the lot for $2.6 million in 2008. The street really does have real history. 2 doors up, 1143 Summit was Pickford and Fairbanks Estate, once called the most famous house in America after the White House. It hosted Einstein, Chaplin, Amelia Earhart, the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, before Pia Zadora demolished it in 1990. You also have Charlie Chaplin's self-designed breakaway house at 1085 Summit. So the buyer, they own and run action, sports, and theatrical performance companies that create custom live shows for theme parks, theaters, corporate clients, and special events. Interesting. They have a lot of nice property as well. Very interesting buyer, very interesting company, doing very well. Now they have this beautiful house. Next up, we have 1130 Maytor Pl. This one just sold for $12 million. We have a gated mid-century modern retreat on a prime Trousdale Estates cul-de-sac. So this is a 1963 single-level pavilion. It's wrapped around a resort-style pool and courtyard. It's set on an exceptional 20,000 square foot flat lot and reimagined by acclaimed designer Trip Haynes and the warm, collected California modernism the design world prizes most right now. We have white oak floors, custom designer lighting, walls of glass, slatted teak outdoor bar pavilion. And it gives this home, a real sense of escape from the pace of Los Angeles. And the buyer, they're a hotel developer and they're coming from Sherman Oaks. Next, we have 535 Leslie Lane. A lot of properties from Trousdale this month. This one sold off market. It's a 1960 Trousdale mid-century modern. It was remodeled by Assemblage, David Thompson's firm. The entire practice is built around faithful mid-century renovation. Their works appeared across Architectural Digest International editions. I believe the major remodel was done in the early 2000s. This house has this vintage Palm Springs feeling, but it's behind gates in Beverly Hills. It's low, it's horizontal, it's unhurried, kind of reads as warm modernism in the assemblage tradition, with walls of glass opening to an oversized lawn, a pool, and a colonnade of towering fan palms. This is really about a 17,000 square foot flat lot. 500 Leslie Lane is a great recent comparable sale for the land value, which would put the land value at $6.5 million. So in my opinion, the seller got a great number for the structure on top of the land value. Next, we have 1557 Tower Grove Drive. This one just sold for $10.35 million. This is a warm contemporary above Benedict Canyon. The 1960s bones were rebuilt into a 2-story contemporary, and the house sits behind gates at the end of a stone motor court lined with olive trees. I love the entry. You walk up to the house, you walk up to the front door. It's this glass door, it pivots open, and the view goes straight through the house, and you just have Century City on one side and the ocean on the other. Inside, the interiors are done by Architectural Digest top 100 designer Bridget Romanek, with board-formed concrete, white oak, and travertine just wrapping the house. She's been on the Architectural Digest top 100 every single year since founding her studio in 2018. Her client list includes Beyonce, Jay-Z, Gwyneth Paltrow, Demi Moore, Christian Bale. This is about as strong as the pedigree you can have for interior designer. The olive trees inside the entry, it's also a documented signature from hers. She grows one in her own living room. My favorite room besides the living room is the theater. You have one huge stone wall with a fireplace built right into it, and a movie screen drops down from the ceiling directly above the flames. I love that. Next, we have 2401 Bowmont Drive. This one sold for $10 million. Here we have a French neoclassical home in the hills above Coldwater Canyon, carrying some of the rarest design pedigree in the neighborhood. 2 of the most famous interior designers in America shaped this house. So This was the former personal home of Barbara Barry. She planted these gardens and shaped the rooms for herself. Then the current owners brought in Thomas Pheasant. Architectural Digest literally calls him the Dean of American design. He even designed rooms in the president's guest house in Washington, and he redid this entire home. I love the creamy plaster on the exterior, the black shutters, the oval pool in the backyard that's ringed by sculpted English gardens, and interiors that are composed in really this layer upon layer of pale, tranquil tones. It's a very consistent level of detail and restraint throughout the house. It's very serene. I also like the French neoclassical details on the exterior. The house, smooth stucco facade, prominent classical molding along the roof line, these really beautiful tall window surrounds. They're molded pediments. And then we have oval windows flanking the front entry, wrought iron Juliet balconies, and a perfectly manicured landscaping and clipped hedges. Very proper, very formal. The buyer, they're an American fashion designer known for an affordable kind of glam rock aesthetic. They sell handbags, luggage, and accessories. They're coming from Beverly Park, where they currently have their home on the market. Next up, we have 1663 Summit Ridge Drive. We're on Summit Ridge Drive. We're on a ridge above Beverly Hills with this warm, contemporary, resort modern house wrapped in dark timber. So take a look at the exterior. The entire house, it's clad in this dark, charred looking wood. It was designed by a boutique LA studio called Collab House. And here's the cool part. They modeled it after the Upper House, a famous hotel in Hong Kong. So the whole place has that 5-star suite feeling. Step inside and everything flips. The walls and the ceilings are warm oak. The main room, it's 2 stories tall. I love that, with 20-foot ceilings, walls of glass, and a fireplace running the length of the room. Upstairs, the gym has glass walls that slide open over the pool, so you're lifting weights and you're looking straight at the canyon. Out back, you have an infinity pool, a spa, sunken fire pit, a big lawn, and the downtown skyline straight ahead. The buyer for this one, they're an entrepreneur coming from New York with a long background in finance and entertainment. His company right now that he owns measures audience reach and attendance for movie theater advertising. Very interesting. Next up on our list, we have 535 Haynes Ave. This one sold for $9.5 million. So this one, it's a crisp glass-walled contemporary in Trousdale and Howard Hughes' former pied-à-terre. This rare gem sits high above the street and has been reimagined twice, most recently completed in 2026. The house, it pairs this white shell kind of descended form, classic mid-century architecture with a fully modernized interior. And they kept the 2 artifacts that matter most: the original swimming pool with its rare diving board and a legal rooftop deck that opens to all of Los Angeles. That was the last one on our list. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you or someone you know is thinking of selling, give us a call, shoot us a text, and email. Let us present our approach and share our thoughts on how to best maximize your asset before coming to market. We have an excellent network of professionals to prep the house, from basic paint, landscaping, decluttering, minor remodel, full remodel, interior designer, and staging, of course. And if you're looking to buy, let us connect you with the off-market properties that we have available and that we know are available. Give me a call, 310-943-0909. Thank you.